meet with your family or your spouse or your loved ones to share that plan. I think that's so important. And I think it's a step that a lot of actors and performers and artists skip, or people in general skip. But I don't know why we do this. Maybe we do it because sometimes it's hard to share our goals and our dreams. As an actor or as an artist, sometimes you might think that other people don't take your goals seriously, or you might directly have people in your family and friends and circles that really aren't on board. But you have to have support. You have to have a team and a network around you. If you have a spouse that doesn't support you in performing and acting, it is so hard for it to be successful. Either your career's going to fail or the relationship's going to fail. So it's getting them on board. And that means sharing those dreams and sharing those visions. I know there have been times in my career where I didn't share that with people. So maybe from the outside, they didn't see me making progress. People aren't mind readers. They don't know what you want. So express those. And the more times you say things out loud, that also is crystallizing things and helping it sink into your mind. And then once those people know what you actually want and what you're shooting for, then they can figure out how they can support you. Maybe that means they need to give you some space and some time because you got to go to work and go to study. Maybe it means that they need to be your number one cheerleaders. I would just say be careful with who you share that with, though. If it's a spouse, you got to figure out how to share it with your spouse. But there's certain friends, maybe there's even certain family members. You don't need to share everything with everyone. And also, while I do say it's imperative that your spouse is on board and your family's on board, not everyone needs to believe in your dreams for you to believe in your dreams and for them to become true. So that you were gifted with the seed of these dreams and the whispers in your head about becoming whatever you want to become. Don't let other naysayers bring that down. And you tell your goals and dreams to the wrong people and they'll shoot that down in a hurry. But there's certain people in your life, they just have to be on board. Otherwise, it's not going to work out.
Can you give an example of talking to a family member or loved one? Just what kind of plan would you describe to either your spouse or family member or loved one, Lars?
I mean, I would say something like, hey, it's a brand new year. I want to sit down with you and I want to talk about my dreams and goals and hopes in my performance career as an actor and as a comedian, and how that relates to the family. I've got a lot of really big plans, but I want to make sure that, like anything, you have to pose things as what's in it for them. So if you have all these great grand plans and grand schemes, presumably that's so that you can have a better life for your family, so that you can up-level your lifestyle and up-level your future for your family. So you have to get them tied into that. So framing it not just like, hey, this is what I need and this is what I want and this is what I'm going for and you need to listen to me. Like, you have to make it a teamwork thing. And Brendan Burchard, one of the things that he always talks about is people will support dreams and plans that they helped create. So if at any point, again, certain parts of your life and dreams and goals are going to be yours and yours alone, but if there's things that you can bring other people on board with and maybe recruit them to help give you the ideas, so that they're feeling like at the beginning of the year, hey, I'm actually sitting down and I'm helping you plan your year and I'm collaborating with you, so that you actually have true teamwork and some other support there. Does that make sense? Did that answer your question?
Mm-hmm. No, I do want to. I do have another follow-up question. If someone feels like they don't have that support system, where would you go looking for that kind of support system for yourself?
Okay. I mean, I would say if it's spouse, oh man, that's such a hard one to do. I don't know how you deal with that other than continue to figure it out. Because ultimately, like, if it's so tough that, like, if you have a spouse that's like, you shouldn't even be an actor and I hate that you're doing this and I just want you to get a real job and forget all this pie in the sky bullshit. Ugh, I hate to be in that scenario, but if that was the case, I mean, you got to look to where are your support systems. So is that community, other actor friends, other online communities like ours, your coaches, your mentors, maybe family, friends, or sort of secondary family members. Maybe you got that supportive uncle or grandparent that's always been your number one fan, whereas maybe your parents are a little more practical, quote unquote, and they want you to go to school and get a real job, which is just their way of loving you and not wanting to see you fail. But again, if none of that works, it's sort of the idea, get as much support as you can and get as many people on board. But if they're not on board, you have to just decide, okay, I'm going to plow forward with this, and I don't need you for that. You don't need your parents. You don't need your spouse. Again, your spouse is different because you're living with them and you're creating a life with them. But if it's your parents telling you to get a real job, or brothers and sisters, or just the negative voices in your head, you don't need any of them. So you might be deciding to cut time with them and spend a little less time with them this year if you've decided that they're not going to support you in your dreams. Because again, we got one life. These are your dreams, and it's a false belief to believe that others are going to believe in your dreams. It's like everyone's got their own life. They got their own problems. They got their own things they're thinking about. Everyone, to a certain degree, is selfish in that they're trying to figure it out, and everyone's doing their best. So don't expect that you need everyone else's support and you need a thumbs up and a gold star from everyone in your life. And I would say the less you need that, the more likely you are to succeed, because you'll succeed despite not having support.